Live from downtown Detroit, home of WDIV and Click on Detroit, Local 4 News at 6 starts now.
The COVID vaccine arrives at one of Detroit's major hospitals, and a member of the Local 4 family is one of the first to get it. Tim.
Did you know today is Mrs. Doris Barnes' day in Detroit? It's also her 100th birthday, and yes, the city is celebrating its newest centenarian. We'll introduce you to her coming up.
All right, Tim, also a doorbell camera captures a case of porch piracy that appears to be the ultimate inside job. In fact, if you've ordered anything from Amazon recently, you have probably been sent a picture of the item on your doorstep when it's been delivered.
From Warren tonight comes a reminder that process only goes so far in making sure your package gets to you. Local 4 defender Sean Lay shows us how one delivery was undone within seconds.
This man thought he had become the victim of a porch pirate, and then he checked the Ring doorbell camera on his porch, and he was surprised by what he saw.
I got an email from Amazon saying that my package had been delivered.
Thomas Jaros got a photo from Amazon that the items he ordered had been delivered to his mother's home in Warren. But when he and his mom checked, that package was gone.
Just recently, I installed some Ring cameras around her house, and I said, well, just for the heck of it, I'll check and see.
Good idea to check that Ring camera. Thomas could not believe what his camera captured. The Amazon delivery driver walking up and dropping off and snapping a photo of that package. And
then picked the package back up and went to his truck and took off.
The Local 4 defenders showing you example after example of porch pirates all over and on a tear. People picking up and stealing other people's packages. Here, Thomas says
it happened within 30 seconds. It was just boom, boom.
The porch pirate in his case is actually the Amazon delivery driver himself. Thomas made a report with Warren police showing the officer this video.
So he goes, I'll be doggone. He goes, they sure did, didn't he? And he goes, but there's nothing we can do. He goes, if Amazon doesn't make it whole with you, then you contact us.
What was stolen here? Bicycle hooks for Thomas to hang his bike in the garage. Amazon says they're replacing them, refunding them, and also giving him a gift card as they have an internal investigation into that Amazon driver. Sean Lay, Local 4.
Yeah. All right, Sean.
Today, Henry Ford hospitals began to give the Pfizer vaccine to staff. The state's top medical executive, Dr. Janae Caldoun, also a doctor at Henry Ford, will receive hers, in fact, at any moment.
Another one of those Henry Ford healthcare workers eligible to get vaccinated today, our own Dr. Frank McGeorge. He's live to walk us through the process and how it went, Dr. McGeorge.
Yeah, Kim and Devin, around 6:30 last night, I actually received an email from Henry Ford Hospital, where I am an emergency physician, that my turn to get the vaccine had come up, which was actually pretty convenient because I have a couple of lighter days coming up in the near future since I'm picking my son up from college. And frankly, I don't want to have any shifts in the event that I develop any side effects. Now, have a look at some video that I shot today. A couple of things that were interesting about the vaccine. It's basically prepared right before it's administered. They have a very carefully choreographed way that they handle the vaccine. It sits for a prescribed period of time to thaw, and then the nurse carefully reconstitutes it with saline. They don't prepare any more than will be needed immediately. And when someone is ready for their shot, they draw it up into a syringe right then and there, and it's delivered directly to the patient. Now, interesting to note, the vials are actually meant to provide 5 doses of vaccine, but they have actually consistently been able to get about 6 doses per vial. So there's maybe a little extra bonus in there. Now, for me, it's been a few hours since I had the vaccine, and I can honestly say I didn't notice a thing, and I feel fine. In fact, compared to a flu shot that usually leaves my arm a little sore, this was better. Now, of course, it's going to be about 24 hours before I really feel in the clear of any side effects. Incidentally, this is the vaccine card that you receive. It clearly says which dose and which vaccine you had and when you had it exactly. Also, I still need to download the CDC's V-Safe app, which is being used to monitor for any adverse reactions after vaccination. I'll probably do that tonight. But all told, I feel very comfortable that the process is very well thought out. And incidentally, for anyone that wants more detail on getting vaccinated, I shot a whole video diary of the experience that will be uploaded to Click on Detroit. I have a lot more insights into my thoughts on getting vaccinated in that video.
And we will check that out, Dr. McGeorge. I do have a couple of questions, though, for you. First off, did you sit and have to wait to see if there were any allergic reactions? And then secondly, you said that you're feeling fine. You have to still go back and get another one, right? How far apart does the booster shot happen?
Yeah, so, once you get the vaccine, you do have to sit and wait for at least 15 minutes. I don't have a history of any allergies or anything like that. So there's an area where you sit and wait for 15 minutes to make sure you don't have any reactions, side effects, whatever. Felt fine, and I was able to just leave, without any unusual note. Now, the next vaccine dose for me is in 21 days. Mm-hmm. And actually on my way home, I realized that is bad timing, because in 21 days, I have 3 midnight shifts in a row, which means I would be getting my shot right before I go into 3 midnight shifts. And actually, the second vaccine is the one that has the much higher side effect rate. Mm-hmm. So, I'm going to have to see how that goes. Hopefully it goes pretty smoothly and I don't have any unusual side effects with the second dose. But that is something that I think future people should be aware of, healthcare workers, et cetera. Just be aware that second dose you have to plan on in advance.
Time it,
Back
yeah,
to you.
Indeed. Okay, Dr. McGeorge, thank you. Oakland County is gearing up to start its vaccinations. The County Health Division says it received its first 1,950 doses of the Pfizer-BioNTech vaccine today. EMS workers will be the first to get the shot starting tomorrow by appointment only. The next round of vaccination expected to arrive shortly after the first of the year.
An FDA vaccine advisory panel has voted to recommend the FDA grant an emergency use authorization now for the Moderna vaccine. The vote, 20 in favor to 0 against, with 1 abstention. But a reminder, the FDA does not have to follow the recommendation of its advisory committee. We saw that they did in the Pfizer case, and it's expected widely that they will do so with Moderna as well, and that decision could come as early as tomorrow. Here at home, the state reporting the state reporting 4,024 new cases of the virus and another 190 additional deaths. That includes 125 from a vital records review. That's the report for the last 24 hours. Michigan State University's 2020 football season, like that of the University of Michigan, now officially over because the University of Maryland has canceled this weekend's football game against MSU. Maryland says COVID-19 cases within its program have led them to be forced to cancel the game.
On election night, one of Michigan's most reliably Republican counties had some puzzling results. Joe Biden was way ahead of Donald Trump in Antrim County. Well, the mistake was caught almost immediately and found to be a case of human error rather than fraud or problems with the machines. But that hasn't prevented some conspiracy theories from circulating, which is why a hand recount was done today to once and for all determine the numbers. Mara McDonald joins us live downtown tonight. Mara, I understand the count did change, but not by much at all.
Well, Kimberly, here's what happened. All day, the Michigan Bureau of Elections, as well as a bipartisan team of clerks from across the state, were sitting there hand counting all the paper ballots, all 15,718 of them in Antrim County. And after that recount, here's what it looks like. Biden lost 1 vote, Trump gained 12. On election night, initial results out of Antrim County looked weird. Biden was beating Trump in what has always been a strong GOP county. Sure enough, there was an error of the human kind. The GOP county clerk says some of her staff did not update drives in some of the machines, which caused the error. Antrim uses Dominion voting systems, which has been a target of conspiracy theories in the election. The CEO of Dominion appeared in front of the Michigan legislature last week and testified under oath.
Unfortunately, Dominion has recently been thrust into the national spotlight as part of a dangerous and reckless disinformation campaign aimed at sowing doubt and confusion over the 2020 presidential election.
Fast forward to today. To put the issue to bed once and for all, the State Bureau of Elections and a team of bipartisan clerks is doing a hand recount to make sure the vote totals are accurate and match the final results, which have President Trump winning Antrim by several thousand votes. Back here live, and that vote totals, or those vote totals for the president, stayed the same. He still won Antrim County by several thousand votes. The word from Michigan Secretary of State Jocelyn Benson tonight is today's hand recount should just lay to rest once and for all the conspiracy theories that something was wrong with the voting equipment in Michigan. We're live downtown tonight. I'm Mara McDonald. Back to you.
Indeed. Okay, Mara, thank you.
Negotiations continue on the next round of COVID-19 emergency funding. Lawmakers hammering out the details of a $900 billion package. It's expected to include a new round of stimulus checks, likely about $600 for those who qualify based on income. Extended federal unemployment benefits of about $300 a week, and more money for small businesses that are struggling to stay afloat. Senate leaders said they are committed to passing a relief bill before the holiday and will work through the weekend if necessary.
A group of sixth graders in Monroe saw something they shouldn't have during an online class session. In an email to parents, the principal of Monroe Middle School describes what happened during a third-hour Zoom meeting, saying, quote, "At the beginning of class, someone joined the meeting and displayed an inappropriate image using the screen sharing function. The image was displayed for approximately 5 to 8 seconds before the meeting closed." The principal says students will be given a lesson in password security, and the Monroe Police Department is working to determine who is responsible.
City of Detroit got involved today to make one woman's birthday really special.
But not just any birthday. Doris Barnes is 100 years young, and as Tim Pamplin shows us, Doris got a surprise shout-out worthy of the number.
Say hello to Detroit's newest centenarian, Doris Barnes.
Wow, wow.
Celebrating 100 years today, and it seems all of Southwest Detroit came out to send their congratulations. Take a look. A convoy of cars, including the Wayne County Sheriff and Detroit Police Department, wishing Miss Barnes a very happy birthday.
Happy birthday! 100!
Let's see how we got here, shall we? Doris Barnes was born in Baltimore, Maryland in the 1920s. She first studied at the historic Storer College in West Virginia, then on to Howard University in D.C., where she got her nursing degree. She was an avid basketball player, rose to the top, becoming the team captain.
Wow, wow.
She has 5 children who she raised herself after her husband's untimely death early on. The kids are all doing well, and 4 of them were here.
Happy birthday!
The eldest son joined via Zoom from Georgia.
Happy birthday!
All is left for us to say, happy birthday to you. In Southwest Detroit, Tim Pamplin, Local 4.
Beautiful story.
Love it. Really great.
Tim, we appreciate it. All right, well, we're not quite done with this round of snowflakes just yet. Hi, Ben.
Hey, Kim and Devin. We can start to see it wrapping up. The colors are getting lighter. We'll tell you when to expect the flakes to come to an end, and we'll take a deeper dive into that Christmas forecast. A lot to unpack there. No pun intended. Coming up.
All right, Ben. Also, prepare to be inspired by an 11-year-old and his family who are finding ways to stay positive while facing one crisis after another. We'll be right back.